You largely give up your right to critique others' fashion. You won't remember this. One, no, you don't lose the ability to critique anything. You can make the dumbest decisions you want in your entire life and still critique other people. You might not take their critique seriously. You might not take my critique seriously. That's fine. So if you don't take my advice, that's fine. Then don't. I don't care, okay? But if you do care, clothes that you wear and fitting them properly is probably more important than how you look, even underneath. Ben Shapiro dresses better than you. You're gonna let him win there? Yep. I think everybody in the Daily Wire presents themselves very well. I think Walsh, Knowles, maybe Cooper, and Ben Shapiro, I think and Candace Owens all present themselves pretty well. About your teenage point, it would be interesting to look at how a TBI changes your personality preferences between your teenage and later years. I'm sure it can, right? Isn't that, well, I mean, this is a little bit more than just a traumatic brain injury, but, this dude, I feel like year one, every single psych student goes over this thing, right? Phineas Gage had a railroad spike shoot up through his brain, and he came out alive, but he's a little fucked afterwards. Now he's just a YouTube chatter, true. Did his personality change, or was he just completely uninhibited? For Phineas Gage, I think there's a lot of things that people say about him. I don't actually know how much is true or not. I heard the tale when I was in high school that all it did was make him like a lot colder and more rude to people. And that was like the only change, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't true. Pretty sure he also had like strokes and seizures and shit later in life. And then, but then I've also heard that there's just like it wasn't like his case was super carefully documented before and after, and it's hard to know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much of him is actually known or how well documented it is. That wiki that I just had was, I think was talking about this a little. Oh, despite the celebrity, the body of established fact about Gage and what he was like, whether before or after his injury, is small, which has allowed the fitting of almost any theory desired to the small number of facts we have. Gage acting as a sort of Rorschach inkblot, in which proponents of various conflicting theories of the brain all saw support for their views. Historically published accounts of Gage, including scientific ones, have almost always severely exaggerated and distorted his behavioral changes, frequently contradicting the known facts. Yeah, I don't know. And supposedly he got better later in life too, I guess. Yeah, I didn't even know that. I'm just reading that. Yeah, who knows? Destiny, neuropsych here is really well researched actually. He made for interesting reading in my undergrad. Okay. Pedophile lost urge after surgery. There's something wrong with the school teacher with a headache. Doctors from the start. Oh, they had a brain surgery and wasn't a pedophile anymore. Crazy. They also stopped watching anime. Huh. Also, brain damage or not, if a pipe goes through your face, you don't walk away the same. True. Also, if you've watched a lot of like, not that I ever do this, but if you watch a lot of like gore and death videos, one thing you notice is there's a lot of empty space in like the head. Or maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm just stupid, but like, I don't know. When I see a face, I kind of imagine that like, oh, here's like a face and like the brain must be like this or whatever, I guess. It's like filling up the whole fucking head. I don't know. That's just how I view it in my mind. But but there's like a ton of like where your mouth and throat, like your brain is like up here and then like back here a little bit. So that if somebody's face gets blown away, a huge chunk here can get blown away and you're totally fine. I say totally fine, but I mean, obviously you can bleed out. But yeah, looking at like some people's like whole jaws get like blown off and shit, and they're more or less fine. They're coherent. They go to the hospital, get some morphine, and they're there as they're trying to put their face back together. It's like, yeah, pretty crazy. That's why it's not that you should ever kill yourself, but like when there are a lot of failed suicide attempts where people try to shoot into their mouth or whatever, and they just end up missing the brain completely, as stupid as that sounds. How many cartel videos have you seen? Probably most of them at this point.
Well, folks, Donald Trump has now been indicted on...
Also, I could be wrong, entering the bullshit zone. Warning, warning, bullshit zone. Do you need any of your frontal area to survive at all as a human being? I don't know if this model of the brain is accurate or if it's just a shortcut that I learned in my high school psych class. But you've got like, these are the things that make you conscious and make you human and give you like your higher order cognition, reasoning, executive functions, all of that. And then like midbrain is like amygdala, hippocampus, things like memory, things like emotions are here. But the stuff to like really truly survive is like brainstem stuff. The brainstem is what deals with a lot of the autonomous functions of like heartbeat, breathing, and like as long as you have your brainstem, I think you can remove. I think as long as you have the brainstem, I think you can remove almost every other part of the brain and you can still survive. That's why you get people with like severe cases of, is it hydrocephalus? Where you can have like 80% of your brain can be water and you more or less still are alive. I remember that one, was her name Jackson? Is it hydroencephaly? I thought it was hydrocephalus. Where, oh God, dude, I wouldn't be able to handle this. Oh my God, this would be so tragic. This family kept their child when they brought them home. I think this was hydrocephalus. No, hold on. Microhydrancephaly. A developmental abnormality that affects the brain, left him with 80% of his brain missing. So this kid was missing almost his whole brain. I don't even know if this kid was conscious. He responded to basic stimuli, but I think you can do that. I think you can respond to some stuff without actually having any sort of conscious experience or like higher order brain functioning going on. No, this is why lobotomies didn't work. Pretty sure lobotomies do work. They just cause a whole bunch of horrible side effects as well, that I think generally outweigh any of the positives you could ever have. But by your definition, are you even a live person if you're not conscious? Yeah, it makes you wonder, huh? The brainstem and a lot of reflexes don't need the brain to function. Oh yeah, hold on. House clip. Oh fuck, I'm not gonna find this. Fuck, what was it? House accuses a girl of faking paralysis, and he proves it by holding a lighter to her foot, and then she flinches, and he's like, see, she's faking. Fuck, I'm not gonna be, I don't remember the episode. I don't even know what I would type for it. Girl faking paralysis house. There are some things you can't fake. Oh, maybe it's this.
It's either that or reflex. Here? Not at all. The world, she just needed a lighter.
Oh.
House? My God.
I should look this up because I've repeated this before. I don't know if this is true. I think there are certain stimuli, plural, that if they affect you, I think you can actually pull away without a brain, without your brain even registering it. I'm pretty sure that's possible. Are they called reflex neurons? I don't know if that's true or not. I'm gonna look this up to make sure I'm not lying about this. Like for instance, I think if you put your the theoretical fastest human response time, I think is around 120 milliseconds. I think that's how long it takes, like the little ion chain to travel to send a signal up to your brain, and then for your brain to command something and send it back to another part of your body. I think is around 120 milliseconds. That's the fastest possible way that that you can ever consciously do an action. But I think with responses to like really harsh, crazy, quick stimuli, you can respond quicker than that. But it's because you're not actually controlling with your brain. It's like a reflex neuron that just does something. It just happens automatically, I guess. Let me check. A reflex arc, neurology and sensory mechanism that controls a reflex, an immediate response to a particular stimulus. Stimuli is multiple, stimulus is one. The primary component of the reflex arc are the sensory neurons or receptors that receive stimulation and in turn connect to other nerve cells that activate muscle cells, which perform the reflex action. The simplest arrangement of a reflex arc consists of the receptor, an interneuron or adjuster, and an effector. Together, these units form a functional group. Sensory cells carry input from the receptor afferent impulses to a central interneuron, which makes contact with the motor neuron. The motor neuron carries efferent impulses to the effector, which produces the response. 3 types of neurons are involved in this reflex arc, but a 2-neuron arc in which the receptor makes contact directly with the motor neuron also occurs. Okay. Examples of simple reflex are the contraction of a muscle in response to stretching, the blink of an eye when the cornea is touched, and the salivation at the sight of food. Reflexes of these types are usually involved in maintaining homeostasis. The fast, unlearned response to stimulus is called a reflex action. If you accidentally touch a hot stove and pull your plug before the impulse is relayed to the brain by the spinal cord. I'm pretty sure this is true. Okay. Just making sure I'm not making this up. Oh, and it's even on a test, so it must be right.
Tension. But
Touch minefield. Did we watch this before?
Body you have can be fooled and can fool the brain. One of my favorite physical illusions is the thermal grill illusion, and you can do it right at home. I have some hot dog halves in an ice bath. I also have warm hot dog halves. Now what I'm going to do is marry the halves together so that they alternate. Warm, cool. Warm, cool. When I'm done, I will have a torture device, but not one that hurts your body, one that hurts your mind.
Before he gets into this, I don't know how he's going to do this thing. One that is really interesting that I talk about a lot is, or I've talked about before. I just say that so now I'm not repeating myself. A lot of the things that we think we can feel with our hands are things that we think are just like, oh, that's like a feeling or a taste. It's actually usually like 4 or 5 or 6 different systems that are all working together to deliver like a coherent experience. For instance, food is not anywhere near as flavorful as we think it is in terms of it making contact with our tongue. A large part of the food experience is olfactory is what it's called, right? Your inhalation, your smelling basically stuff. So sense of food is a really big deal. Scent is a big deal. Probably a bigger deal, I think, than the flavors themselves. One, and then second thing that's probably a bigger deal sometimes than even the scent or even the taste is the texture. Texture of food can be a really, really big deal too. But when we eat, the perception in our brain is just like, oh, this tastes good. And you just kind of think of it like the taste of the thing in your mouth, and that's it. And you don't really think of like all the other things that are going into your brain, putting together some picture of what you're actually, like what's actually going on. It's more complicated than you think.
Feel.
Yeah, I think it's actually true with hot and cold as well sometimes. There's a funny scene. We can check out this.
Rosanna Pansino.
Hello, Michael.
Welcome to Minefield.
Rosanna Pansino is the host of the YouTube cooking show Nerdy Nummies.
She's the one who took Husky from us.
Green cake. Ooh.
So I thought she would be the perfect candidate to try out our hot dog illusion.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't hear or see anything I just did, right?
No.
Good. All right. Well, you are in for a treat. What I want you to do is take the bottom of your forearm and place it, skin showing,
Okay.
right onto these hot dogs.
Oh.
What'd you feel?
Ouch.
But now
She
touch
thought they
them
were okay.
individually.
They were like hurt. Cold, warm, cold, warm, cold, warm.
But none of them is as hot as they all felt together.
Okay, I'm so curious. All right, listen. You get the biggest baller of the month award. There's a scene in a movie that I'm thinking of that is very similar to this illusion. Can anybody think of what I'm thinking of?
So what's going on?
I don't know. Magic?
Can I try?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, never mind. Fuck you guys. Okay, I thought this was more... I thought this was more... esoteric. But yeah, there's that Punisher scene.
Talk about your friends. Nothing.
It's literally the only memorable part of this movie. Oh, okay. It's old. It's 20 years old. Okay.
Won't hurt at first. Too hot, you see. The flame sears the nerve endings shut, killing them. You go into shock, and all you feel is cold. Son of a bitch!
It was in a Saw movie also, was it not? Where he uses something cold instead of hot? I'm pretty sure in Saw movies they just kill people. I don't think they actually... Wait, I feel like I've seen this guy make 2 different threads on... Did you know when he stabbed the big Russian in the movie, he actually stabbed him with a real knife by accident? I did not know that. At the risk of reopening a can of worms, there are 2 telltale signs that this suit is not bespoke. Oh, reopening a can of worms, because he did another thread on Jackson Hinkle in the past, right? The first most obvious is the edge of the lapel has been finished with machine-made pick stitch. The term pick stitch refers to the little dimples you see about 1/8 inch from the edge of the lapel. Why is there stitching in this area? Let's start with the basics of how clothes are made. I'm not reading this whole fucking thing. Why is this important? Well, this guy is like a mega autismo, like super, and I say autismo, I don't mean that negatively. Wait, this is, no, hold on, never mind. I just completely mixed this guy up with somebody else, I think. Or is this a guy that I'm thinking of? There's a guy on Twitter that like makes bespoke suits, I think. He's like a tailor, and he talks about like suits and other things a lot, and he's criticized Jackson Hinkle in the past. But I'm not sure if it was this guy or if it was a different guy. Is it this guy? This guy like met Hassan and a whole bunch of other influencers and everything too, right? In your opinion, is insurrection/rebellion a civil or political or a criminal charge? If it's a criminal charge, would that require a beyond reasonable doubt standard and full discovery? Insurrection or rebellion? I mean, it really depends on what penalties you're looking for, I guess, right? If you're looking to like lock somebody up in jail or deprive them of rights and stuff, I would imagine it would need to be criminal, right? It's not this guy. This is the guy, I think. Oh, okay, this is the guy. All right. But apparently Jackson Hinkle like brags a lot about, oh, it was this guy. What bums me out is when people like you try to smear talented, bespoke tailors because you don't like my politics. I got my info from your tailor and from the photos you posted. I called him to ask about his process. Even he said that his base price is not the full bespoke standard, although he can do that if asked. Damn. Who cares about the suits this guy wears? Well, I mean, because Hinkle was bragging about it, right? Holy shit, that is so true. House in 2023 would absolutely have him solve a case by collaborating with Twitch chat. What the fuck is bespoke? I think that means it's like a handmade suit, basically. So it will fit really well, will be a really high quality craftsmanship. Man, bro, it's a suit. No one cares. I think like of all the things on for men's fashion, I think that if you can go to a tailor and spend, if you want to get a full bespoke suit, you're probably in the thousands of dollars range at that point, right? To get a really well-fitted suit that fits you really well and looks really nice, probably one of the, if you need to present yourself professionally and go to places, it's probably one of the most important things you can do, I think, as a guy. I don't know, you have a suit then? 'Cause I don't give a f. Oh, I don't mean you should have suits 100%, but the type of suit someone wears doesn't matter. I don't know. I think if you have a poorly fitted suit, I think you can look a little goofy. You're probably better off just wearing like a blazer or some shit. I don't fucking know. Like, I think having a well-fitted suit is probably pretty important if you're trying to present yourself like super professionally in areas. There are diminishing returns? Sure, maybe. Probably true. For most people, probably getting it fitted at a tailor is probably fine, right? You don't need to get like a full-on, like handcrafted fucking... I'm called a Nazi because I happily am proud of white culture, but every day I think fondly of the brown king Cyrus the Great, who invented the first ever empire, and the Japanese icon Murasaki Shikibu, who wrote the first novel ever. What if humans just loved each other? History teaches us that we've all been great, or it teaches us that we have all been and always will be great. I feel like now I think she is a Nazi. That's such a Nazi thing to that's such a Nazi thing to say. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Never mind.
Bastard council table with me, along with my co-counsel.
Let me just stop it right here. You can see this is a different suit. A tailor absolutely made this suit. You can see his cuffs. You know, you see he's showing an appropriate amount of cuffs. I want you to see something though. I want you to see, I don't know if you guys can see this this buttonhole. This buttonhole is a different color. They use a different thread than the other buttonholes. And you'll notice that he has left this buttonhole unbuttoned. And that is to show you guys that this buttonhole is functional. Most buttonholes, really all buttonholes on cheap suits, they're not functional. They don't actually work. He left this button unbuttoned to show you, hey, this is a real buttonhole. You will also know that the linen, the thread that they used on this hole right here is the exact same thread that they used on this buttonhole.
Okay. Destiny, I thought the importance of suits, at least the custom ones, were to primarily indicate wealth/status, but the way you make it sound is that every guy, regardless of wealth or status, should get one given the chance. I think having a well-tailored fitted suit, if you ever need to make a formal appearance somewhere, is just really, really, really nice. Last one, sorry. The Colorado lawsuit to find Trump is guilty of insurrection, begging the question. This was brought by a civilian. The case did not allow full discovery or beyond reasonable doubt. Well, wait, hold on. Okay, 18 U.S. Code 238. Why do they use the weird S? Whoever incites, sets on foot, assists, or engages in any rebellion or insurrection against the authority of the United States or the laws thereof, or gives aid to the comfort of, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years or both, and shall be incapable of holding any office under the United States. Is insurrection defined? I don't know if this is defining insurrection. I don't know if insurrection itself is necessarily a crime, is it? Well, I guess this code is making it a crime, huh? Whoever incites, sets on foot, assists, or engages in rebellion or insurrection. Is insurrection just like a noun? Are we just supposed to understand what that means, or? You were jogging to a weeding, Limeo. Yeah, I don't give a f what I look like, Wugazi. I don't care. I don't have to impress anybody. You do. That's the difference between you and me, okay? If you don't like my advice, don't take it. You try showing up in in sweatpants and a t-shirt if you want to, Wugazi, okay? Listen, if you can pull it off, go for it. I wear what the f I want because I don't give a f. And if you think I don't dress well, you don't like the way I dress, I don't care. I'll leave and I'll go f your mom, okay? Jesus Christ. At Destiny, just remember when you wear dog shit, you largely give up your right to critique others' fashion. You won't remember this. One, no, you don't lose the ability to critique anything. You can make the dumbest decisions you want in your entire life and still critique other people. You might not take their critique seriously. You might not take my critique seriously. That's fine. If you don't take my critique seriously, that's fine. I'm not even critiquing. I was just giving advice. Having a really well-fit suit is nice because men can rewear the same suit to every thing. You can go to a wedding in a nice suit. You go to court in a nice suit. You can show up at a graduation in a nice suit. Like, that's all I'm saying. If you want to show up and you want to look like shit, okay, with you being the, the obese loser that you are, and you're like, well, I didn't need a suit because Destiny's loser told me to get one, and he wears sweatpants all the time. That's your choice. And listen, you know what, bro? I celebrate you. I celebrate you, blue living abandoned. I would clap and I would say, you know what? You're a fucking baller, dude. You live your life because clothes. Fuck people that waste money on clothes, okay? As a person who sucked dick, okay, the gayest moment in my entire life was standing in an elevator with Sneeko, where he explained carefully how when he walks in his sneakers, he can't bend his toes up because he doesn't want to crease his shoes, okay? Fashion, shoes, all that shit, okay? I'm good on that, homie. But listen, dress horribly to spite me, okay? I support that lifestyle, okay? Because we'll all be wearing sweatpants. Hell yeah. If you get like a suit off the rack that fits you like decently, I'm pretty sure you can take that to a tailor and like get it tailored up for a decent cost. I don't think you have to spend like thousands of dollars on like a well-tailored suit. It doesn't have to be like a whole custom fucking thing. You just find something that like roughly fits and then go to a tailor and get it fit to you. Jacob Bajay says, being in shape and taking care of your skin means you can look good in almost anything. No tears. Fitness is fashion. No tears. If you have neither, you use status like Destiny. I think that is actually 1,000,000,000% incorrect. That is one of the most incorrect things ever. Also, yeah, by the way, I don't dress well. I don't give a fuck about any of it. So if you don't take my advice, that's fine. Then don't. I don't care. Okay. But if you do care, clothes that you wear and fitting them properly is probably more important than how you look, even underneath. If you're a guy and you want to fight against this, that's fine. You don't know anything about clothes. Don't even ask me. Go talk to any woman ever, okay? Go talk to any woman ever. The idea that like just being reasonably in shape means you can wear anything is not true. Well-fitted clothes are almost for sure always going to be more important to how you look and how you present than what your actual body composition is. If you want any evidence of that, you can find like within 1 week periods when I go do debates, like based on the t-shirts I wear, the pants I wear, I'll go from anywhere people are like, oh my God, like, wow, Destiny got so big, blah, 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 to like, oh my God, he's like a fat fucking piece of shit now. Like what happened? And it usually just comes down to like the type of sweatpants I'm wearing and like the type of t-shirt I'm wearing. Like, did I take like a Hanes shirt or do I like one of those classic tees or dumb shit like that? Like the types of clothes that you wear and how they fit on your body are almost always going to be more important than the actual composition underneath. That's like a fact. Listen, if you want to argue with somebody else about it, go for it. But the well-fitted clothes are incredibly important. You can be really in shape and nobody will have any fucking idea because you just might wear something that's just way too baggy or too short or something that makes you look way fucking fatter than you actually are. Or yeah.
And then federal law enforcement was notified of the discovery, and then they came to believe there were more materials that had not been returned. And then in May 2022, a federal grand jury issued a subpoena seeking additional classified documents. A few weeks later, the DOJ decided to raid Mar-a-Lago. Trump's legal team signed a written statement claiming that all the classified material had then been returned. On August 8th, the FBI executed a search warrant on the property and recovered more classified material. Okay, so that is the sequence of events leading up to all of this. Now,
this is true, but there are 100 times more well-fitted clothes when you're fit versus when you're a fat ass. Maybe, it probably depends. I mean, I imagine depending on how big your arms get, things like dress shirts and stuff probably get like pretty irritating or pretty complicated. Or like bending your arms at the creases for certain suits. It probably just depends. You can find well-fit shit. You just have to go look for it.
Let it be stated up front that the treatment of classified material by various public officials is extremely messy. So
how much do you think the regular person who follows fashion trends do it out of a sense of chasing socials versus they genuinely get personal fulfillment to follow trends? Similar to girls who need to wear makeup versus girls who enjoy. When you talk about like fashion, I think it's important. You have to separate out like different things because you've got like people that follow like high fashion, but I think that's like way different than what normal people would wear that looks good. I think, right? Like people that wear shit to like the Met Gala or that are looking at like high fashion stuff. These aren't things that you would wear even to like a nice restaurant. These are like super special. That's like a whole other world. And then I think you've just got like normal stuff that fits well, that looks good, that might be like name brand or whatever. But yeah, I think that looking at like comparing to like high fashion or whatever, that's like a whole other world of shit. That's, you know.
The public officials that we know have had classified material in a place they weren't supposed to have that classified material. That'd be like Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Mike Pence, Donald Trump. The only one of those 4 people who had the power to summarily declassify if he had gone through any sort of procedure with regard to declassification was President Trump. The president can summarily declassify anything. He's the head of the executive branch. None of those other characters.
You're missing the point. Of course, shit fitting matters. That was my point. If you're in shape, you can wear stuff that would be gauche on other people. But if you wear it, people will think it's good and fashionable. Same with ultra basic shit. XQC in a white tee and jeans that fit well won't hit anywhere close as hard as Chris Evans wearing that fit. My initial claim is true. Maybe. But XQC might also be able to get away with other types of things, I think, because like how tall you are versus how wide you are. Because XQC is like really, really tall, really lanky, right? So he might have like a different set of options available. I mean, I agree that in general, the more aesthetically pleasing your body is, oftentimes the more fashion options might be available to you. But it's like 20% body and like 80% like how your clothes fit. I think it's important to, I'm going to lean hard into this. It's important to realize this because I don't think most guys realize that you could significantly upgrade the way that you look with a good haircut, taking care of your facial hair, and then just having clothes that fit and like make broad fashion sense. Like this is something that you could go out and people will look at you and very quickly kind of have like a quick impression, like, oh, he knows how to dress. Oh, he can take care of himself. Like these are things that we file away in our head very, 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 very quickly. If you hang out in wealthy areas or you go to private schools, you see the people there, they look like they're from a different stock. And it's not because they're genetically superior, unless you're at a Jewish place. It's just because they know how to, they take care of their bodies really well. Usually their teeth look really nice. Their hairstyle and everything is like very well done. Like everything just looks like really well put together. The clothes they wear make sense. They wear nice shoes, like everything. Yeah. And when I say nice stuff, I don't mean they've got like a pair of $700 Nikes and some autistic gaudy fucking shit that they got, you know, in LA or some designer, whatever the random people. They just like wear like nice stuff that makes fashion sense and fits and blah 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying that because like some people think that they're like hopeless if they're not like a ripped Giga Chad. Somebody link me this. Jesus. A lot of people have a hard time separating body style or body type from style. This outfit would not look good on anyone. He needs a jacket. The sweater would look better if it was textured. Blue chinos are hard to wear. The same outfit would look bad on a skinny or athletic person. My friend at David Lane Design is a bigger guy and looks tremendous. Here we see a finishing layer, a smart use of accessories, a better use of color, and understanding the cultural meaning of clothes. Damn. Oof. What do I mean when I say a cultural meaning of clothes? When you think of fashion as cultural language and you know the cultural history of clothes, you can put together outfits that make sense, that make cultural sense. Here we see David in a waxed barbour, brown tweed, tan calf, T-wool trousers, light blue, blah, blah, blah. Outfits have history and meaning. Just don't ever sit and most clothes are fine. True. The reason why this outfit doesn't look right is because it doesn't really communicate anything, nor is it visually interesting. It has nothing to do with his body type. Dressing well is a skill that anyone can learn. Bugs me when people make style about body type because it makes some people assume they can't look good. You may decide to want a certain body type for whatever reason. I don't care either way, but style is not the same as body type. Jackie Gleason was one of the most stylish men of the 20th century because he knew how to dress well. It's a skill that anyone can learn if they put in the work. Is that this guy? This outfit does look goofy, I do agree. I'd be curious what the rationale is for this. These look nice though. This outfit would look good on an athletic person. Oh yeah, then explain this. Nice. It's a golf tournament. Golf is the rationale for goofy fits. Oh, okay. Everyone that golfs wears those goofy ass. Well, so there's a cultural meaning that I don't understand. You're wrong. A super fit person almost never looks bad. Working out is modern culture. No outfit is going to make you look or feel as good as having a fit body. Buy less clothing and go to the gym instead. The funny thing about that quote is that it's almost used by someone who is neither familiar with Rick Owens' work. Oh, it's almost used by someone who's neither familiar with Rick Owens' work, nor would they wear his clothes. If you look at his runways, he does not exclusively use skinny models and men with V-shaped torsos. I know who Rick Owens is. I love his clothes, and you cannot post one fit person who looks bad. Even if it's a suit that squeezes their muscles too tight, they don't look like the slug man on Reddit. I commonly see athletic people who look bad in their clothes. Holy shit. This is like exceptionally goofy. That must be like the goal for this is like goofy shit, right? Those guys all look way better than the guy in the pic, though. I have no doubt many could pull women based on how they look. He's been red pill infected. Redditor guy, not so much. Even if the clothes don't quite fit right, the physique's underneath the makeup for it. It's so cringe, too. Because not only is it cringe, because the guy clearly doesn't know anything about, like, clothing or whatever, which is fine, right? And who cares? He clearly doesn't know anything if he wants to argue against this guy with such a stupid point. Like, not only that, but he's trying to base his whole idea of, like, what fashion should be based on what picks up girls, and he thinks that, like, the number one way to do it is just with the way that your body looks. Like, there's so many retarded fucking things about this guy's fucking tweet. But
Hey, look, it's a letter.
what would your fashion advice be for people who make less than $40K a year? Go to male fashion advice. You can always buy stuff that looks okay on you. Even if you're going to like Walmart or Target, you can like pick colors or styles or whatever. It doesn't have to be like super expensive shit. You just like start buying a bunch of shit, wearing a bunch of shit, post fits and male fashion advice. You can do it. I believe in you. Did you rebuy all your clothes after losing weight? I have a closet full of Destiny, please, 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 not Reddit or 4chan advice. If you're somebody who's completely and totally fucking lost on fashion, you have no idea where to start, why would you not start with like Reddit or 4chan? Why not? Most of the shit on like MFA is like super basic shit. I'm sure 4chan probably has like fashion threads too, or like Daily Fit or whatever things too. I went on Amazon, I bought 10 of these. Hell yeah. Then I bought 10 black t-shirts, and I think one red one and this blue one. That's my whole closet. Because I don't give a fuck. Did you get more pushback against sweatpants in Sweden or in the States? Well, nobody's ever going to give you pushback for how you look. They're just going to like make snap judgments about you. No one's going to say anything, right?
I get on criminal charge.
You dress up when meeting girls, or is it the same sweats and t-shirt all the time? It's the same thing all the time. But if you watch my stream, you know what I look like. If you expect me to show up in a suit, you better be buying it for me, okay? Ben Shapiro dresses better than you. You're going to let him win there? Yep. I think everybody in the Daily Wire presents themselves very well. I think Walsh, Knowles, maybe Cooper, and Ben Shapiro, I think and Candace Owens all present themselves pretty well.
Computer of a pervert named Anthony Weiner, who's Huma Abedin's husband. Hillary and Huma were very close. She was her top aide. And those documents ended up on Anthony Weiner's computer where he was sexting 15-year-olds. And she still didn't get prosecuted.
Wasn't there just one 15-year-old, to be fair?
You did. I mean, it's hard to think of looser use of classified material than it ends up on Anthony Weiner's computer next to Anthony's wiener. That is very difficult to think of Donald Trump doing anything that is remotely as sloppy as that. Okay, but here is what we know right now about the indictment. Trump himself disclosed the indictment according to CNBC in a series of posts on his Truth Social media site on Thursday evening. He also said he was summoned to appear in court in Miami next week on Tuesday. NBC News soon after confirmed the indictment. It's the second time in recent months.
Okay, apparently it's a big guy that wears nice clothes. There you go. What happened with your debate with Ben Shapiro? I think it's on the 13th next month. Jesus. Or this month, sorry.
Next year, guys. I mean, this year.
Why would you... Why it's so cringe? Why would you even do this? Who care? Do you really care that much? Oh my god. It's stupid to care that they did it, and it's cringe for them to do it. This will always be the most fucking cringe thing in the world, though. I remember back in the day when both liberals and conservatives could attend a concert, both enjoying the music and party together. Sadly, in today's world, politics and agenda are slipped in just to keep us divided, no matter what. Sad. Remember back when rock people like didn't ever talk about politics or anything? Like, conservatives are yeah, when was music not political? Jesus. They don't consider anti-establishment to be politics? Well, maybe not now because they are anti-establishment, so they look back differently at the music, I guess? I don't know. So many great rock songs about the Vietnam War. Yeah, it's always like a treat to see conservatives, that stupid steel drum song, Born in the USA, like... The original song of Green Day was political? Yeah, no shit. The name of the song is American Idiot. No shit. That song criticizes the USA, by the way? Yeah, really? Wait, no answer to what? Before you prepare, Cole or Drake? This might be my inner white girl. I really like J. Cole. I think Forest Hill Drive, it's a really good album. Is that what it was called? Yeah. Forest Hills Drive, my bad. And the other album too. Fuck. I don't remember. I like J. Cole. I think J. Cole's a cool dude, okay? I like Drake's, like the people that do the production for his songs. Maybe I need to listen to more Drake music, but I feel like Drake is too much like, I feel like every song is like him talking about how big he's gotten and how everybody treats him differently and now the girls don't like him like they used to or some shit. I don't know. I feel like, I like the people that do the production for Drake's songs. It's just too much like cringy whining about dumb shit. That's what it feels like. But I don't know, maybe I don't listen to enough new Drake stuff or something. I'm not sure. You know what my favorite fucking video ever is about? Did we watch this on stream? What did I see this posted at? Somebody asks, it might have been Lupe, about like, what are your favorite albums? Does anybody know the clip I'm thinking of? Oh, this is what I was thinking of. This is such a good clip. I like this. This is super cute.
Dude, the kids be doing it with me. They do a tier list of like, A, B, C, and D of the albums they like of me, and then ask people thoughts. You're asking people their thoughts on what you hold to your heart. What kind of stupid shit is that? That's why I fucking hate rap Twitter, because everything's performative. Everyone is making these lists just to have people engage. Like, who gives a fuck who the top 3 is? Jamiroquai is like my favorite band. I don't know no one that talks about them, and I don't give a fuck because I enjoy it in my house and in my car. So why the fuck are we sitting here arguing about, oh, you don't got Tupac in your top 5? Nigga, no. I was fucking born when that nigga was at his peak. Like, who gives a fuck? Tell me your personal top 5, because y'all gonna just go in circles. Dude,
that's cute. It does feel like sometimes when you ask people like, what are your top 5 or top 10 or whatever, it's like, well, shit, what are like the most popular, or what are like the most critically acclaimed or whatever. Yeah. Fantano and his ilk hated this clip. Based. Have you heard any of the new T-Pain songs where he actually sings without autotune? He actually sounds wonderful. Okay, 2 things are going on there. One, anybody that sang like with autotune in the past, like Akon or T-Pain, these guys are usually legitimately good singers. They're not just trash singers that just autotune. I think that became like a way to like write off a lot of the music at the time. Oh, these guys use too much autotune. Even Jay-Z made a song about it. And maybe it did become like oversaturated because I was like, I don't know, it was the popular shit at the time. But most of those guys are gonna be good singers. And also too, for some reason, okay, I don't know why, okay? You know how there's that South Park bit where Cartman tells his, I don't even remember the name of the black kid. He's like, go get your bass. I know you can play one because you're black. Okay, that's racist. But what's not racist, I think most black people just have like genetics to sing. I don't know why. I feel like every time like a random rapper who like throws up a, you know, I don't know if we call it a bar, a verse where he's just like singing shit on an album, it always sounds pretty good. I don't know why. I don't know how or why. I feel like a lot of black people just sing decently well. Maybe it's like unironically, maybe it's like a church culture thing where you go to church, you learn to sing early, whatever. I have no idea why. I'm like, the fuck? I think Kanye West has a really nice singing voice. Even when he did it on his earlier albums and he wasn't like Autotune or anything, I just, he sounds nice. I don't know why. Thoughts on Macklemore buying the rap game for only 99 cents? My favorite thing of all time is always going to be, we've talked about this before, I know, but it's always going to be my favorite thing of all of rap, of all of anything relating to rap and stories you could tell about rap. I think my favorite thing of all time is Macklemore making this song called Wings, where he talks about how consumerism can drive you to do stupid things and become all-encompassing and all-consuming and blah, blah, blah. And then the NBA buys this song to advertise for their games, but makes Macklemore edit out everything relating to criticizing the consumerist or capitalist mentality. That's probably my... Why would you ever do this? How wild. An alternative version of this song was used for commercials involving the 2013 NBA AllStar game. It was heavily used in TNT television channel's promotion to the event and at the event itself. The promotional film with Macklemore wearing the West #3 Chris Paul, eventually MVP of the All-Star Game, red jersey, is shown in a new video accompanied by a young choir wearing All-Star t-shirts. Macklemore showed up the day of the shooting of the video in a middle school gym in Los Angeles, where he says he was informed that they might rearrange the structure of the song to fit the NBA event. He added that in any licensing deal, they're going to edit anyway. A 4-minute song does not fit into a 30-second movie trailer. Lyrics have to get cut in order for the trailer/ad to make sense with the company it's promoting. Macklemore was criticized for agreeing to this heavily edited new version in which almost all negative references to Nike were edited out or taken out of context, with the resulting video becoming a promotional piece for the NBA. I thought it was funny to me.